Coronavirus and economics. Psychological cognition has more to do with the brain and the body than words and a lot of times emotions. And more of a reliance on consciousness, coherence, and time. For as long as I've been around, since I was born in the 1980s, I've always paid attention visually, first and most importantly. Stuff on the shirt, and then auditory second. Sights and sounds, speed, focus, concentration, precision. And some of the benefits getting more in depth with the brain and body and mind has to do with time replacing confusion. Right now, a resource I'm working on is called the Unity of Consciousness. In the unity, feels much different than being distracted, misdirected, and constantly stimulated. The visual, the auditory are very stimulus driven, very stimulus minded. The wolf seeks the stimulus of food. And then stops, starts, stops, stops, starts, 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 stops, 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 stops. And the way economics have been arranged for as long as I've been alive has to do with a very similar kind of system and processes. Go to the restaurant, get some food, stop. Go to the movie theater, see a movie, stop, start, start, stop, stop, stop. Go and get a drink at the bar. Take a long drive somewhere. Visit a tavern. And then return home. And then go to a bed and sleep. Consciousness and the limits have been a part of this stimulus system and processes. Describing what I just did, turning down the dial on the stove, mysteriously, and describing my behavior and my gestures and choices and decisions. A person goes to the restaurant, has a good time with the restaurant staff, the management, the owner, the cultural experience and the extravagance and the refinements. And mostly go home with a happy stomach, theoretically. But not always. Considering the adrenaline needed once in a while to not let that spicy dinner, to not let all of that bread, to not let all of that salad cause inflammation or hunger. Simply keeping with the strategy, stimulus, reward. A meal, reward, stimulus, the excitement, the extravaganza, the people who own the restaurant, maybe from a different part of the world. Declaring social supremacy, but needing more stimulus with adrenaline, norepinephrine, some marijuana, some dopamine, some serotonin with a nice drink. Time happening explosively. And then when the slowdown occurs, sadness, emotion, and a decision for more stimulus and more reward and more and different. Or sadness and hunger from no food in the kitchen. Almost describable as a rat and monkey lifestyle. Going to get the dinner, going to the bar, going to the club, going to the movie. And the unity described with consciousness the unity with the wolf, disregarded, too American, too plain, too simple, boring. and stupid long time. The brain loves to feel safe. The brain doesn't want someone beating on the wall in the middle of the night. The brain and the body don't want someone listening to a voice. The brain doesn't want to be assaulted. The body needs the brain. And the brain works with the body and has a mind to help and assist. For these same kinds of stimulus and rewards. But not in a system of adrenaline, deciding when there's pain, and choosing to not care for the benefit of the emotion. More chemicals, methamphetamine, some crack, some heroin. Those are economy in Seattle, Washington. Not the only economy, but a very big economy. The reward of not having to show up at work, or write out a grocery list for food. And so these restaurants, these movie theaters, these strip clubs even in Seattle are where these tech workers, are where these business professionals go and visit on their free time to support those who don't work in their part of the world. To help people with having a home, to help people feeding themselves. Without the maze for the rat and the cage for the monkey. Shelters when people need them. Social housing when there's not enough work. And food banks. To help folks not die from hunger and starvation.